All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. Here's Tariq Woolen bringing it out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Here's a Tennessee native from just outside of Memphis, Ken Walker. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets them behind the line. They're not messing around. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends into formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now. Willis and the Titans at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Caught left side, Hopkins. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Rig.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
3rd and 2, Willis. It's complete to Hopkins. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8th, though, on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. You talk about this Titan defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Brandon, that was a nice route that time. Lined him up on the right and worked his way all the way across the formation. One of the toughest routes to cover because you keep waiting for the ball to be thrown and for him to break something off. He goes all the way across the field, right to left, for a big play.
On 1st down, Smith. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10. Straight ahead, Walker shoves him away. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go! go now.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. And his throw is incomplete. You talk about the Seahawks defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Gino. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll run on 3rd down to Charbonnet. Pushes him aside at the 10. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now a 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
18, Pioneer. Ready.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Throwing now is Geno. Going right back to Fant. Touchdown! Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here we go. Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Room here to run. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Willis. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Justin Houston collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Shotgun snap to Willis. He finds his man complete. It's Phillips. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Liking 18.
Here's Spears on 2nd down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
To throw, here's Willis. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Now that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Woolen will return it from the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. DK Metcalf, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On the double.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Willis. They set up. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now Willis to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Fielded at the 33. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And they will take over first and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And quickly, they get to the line.
A gain of 9 brings up second.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
46-yard line.
Left side complete to Lockett. And Lockett going to pick up the Seahawks first down as he's across midfield to the 48.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's second and 10. Geno now to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And now Nick Folk. His career long, 56 yards. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Street.
On first down, Willis. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And so much of football is about mismatches. And here, they're going to line their running back out wide to the right. And I think defensively, there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that. And they weren't able to until he was way downfield.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Second and 11. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, Willis to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Nick Folk for the point after. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And this one will be a touchback. Woolen chooses not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Walker with a grab, left side. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker. 61 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
'70 Timberwolves. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Willis looking to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Gain of 6 makes it 3rd and 4.
Third and 4. Willis will look to throw it. That one's taken in by Spears. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now,
This is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On the option, here's Spears. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, break.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. A throw to the flat here from McKissick.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On the set.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Ready.
Flushed out right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
Okay, ready.
The Titans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Ready.
Willis looking to throw it. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans. J.D. McKissick, 37 yards. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
A quick throw out to Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Smith. That is caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Back to Walker on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A tackle by Michael Brockers as he works his way through for a tackle for loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Again, it's Walker. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Titans 17.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Willis looks to pass it here. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
1st and 10, it's Willis. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 44-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but